All right, so this video is section 10.3 about polygons, quadrilaterals, and perimeter. So there are different types of polygons based on the different number of sides. So we have 3 sides of a triangle, 4 sides of quadrilateral, 5 sides of pentagon, so on and so forth. We also have different types of parallelograms. So parallelograms have at least 2 sets of parallel sides, and we have different descriptions for each one of those. So it says a polygon whose sides are all the same length and whose angles all have the same length and whose angles all have the same measure is called a regular polygon. A regular polygon. And whose angles all have the same measure. There we go. Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in measure and parallel. Equal in measure and parallel. A parallelogram with all sides of equal length without any right angles is called a rhombus. So going back right here, all sides are the same length with no right angles is a rhombus. The sum of the measures of the angles of a polygon with n sides is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. With n sides is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. So find the sum of the measures of the angles of a 7-sided polygon. So this tells me n is 7. So 7 minus 2 times 180 degrees. 7 minus 2 is 5. So 5 times 180 degrees will give us 900. So 900 degrees is adding up all of those 7 angles together. So next page. The figure shows a regular polygon. Find the measures of angle A and the measures of angle B. Remember that regular, going back, is a polygon whose sides all have the same length and the measures all have the angles all have the same measures. So we know all of the angles are the same. So if this figure, this polygon, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. 7 sides. Ooh, excuse me. So based off the previous problem, remember we said it's n minus 2 times 180 is all of the angles. So 7 minus 2 times 180 gave us 900. So we know all angles are 900 degrees, adding up all of them. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 angles, if we have 7 angles, so we can take, total is 900, breaking them up, if these are all the same and there's 7 of them, we could take that 900 divided by 7, and it will give us about 128.57 degrees. It's 5714, blah, blah, blah. So rounding 2 decimal places. So it's about 128 0.57 degrees. So that'll be the measure of angle A. The measure of angle A, so 128.57 degrees. Measure of angle B. I know that A and B together make a straight angle, make a straight line. So the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B will give us 180 degrees. We know the measure of angle A is 128.57. So in order to get measure of angle B by itself, we could subtract 128.57 from both sides. And we get the measure of angle B is about 51.43 degrees. Questions so far? Next example says use the algebraic equation to find the measure of each angle that's represented in terms of x. So we know there's 6 sides, so total is going to be n minus 2 times 180. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 sides. So 6 minus 2 times 180 will give us 720. So all angles will add up to give us 720 degrees. So adding up all of our angles, we have 130 plus x plus 5 plus x plus 140 plus x plus 5. We know will add up to give us 720. So now all I have to do is combine like terms. So we have 130 plus 5 plus 140 plus 5 should give us 270 plus 10 is 280. Yep, 280. Plus, we have 1x plus 1x plus 1x plus 1x. So that will give us 4x's total equals 720. So now that we have an equation, we can use this to solve for x. So subtract 280 from both sides. So we get 4x equals 440. Dividing both sides by 4. We get x equals 110. So now that we know x is 110, we can go and plug 110 back in for x. So 130 is already there. We have 110 plus 5 degrees will give us 115 degrees. This one is just x, so just 110 degrees. That one's 140, just x again, so another 110 degrees. And then again we have 110 plus 5, which will give us 115 degrees. So just plugging our x equals 110 back in. Next example says the distance around the sides of a polygon is the perimeter. Is the perimeter. So it asks us to find the perimeter. So they gave us some lengths, but we still need to find some lengths. So for one, I need to find this whole thing. So I know this whole thing down here is this 7 foot and this 11 foot together. So 7 feet plus 11 feet will give us 18 feet for that distance down there. Same concept for this left side. This left side is this 7 foot plus our 8 foot, which will give us 15 feet. So now that we know all of our sides, we can easily find the perimeter. So our perimeter is 7 feet plus 7 feet plus 11 plus 8 plus 18 plus 15. My T's and my pluses are running together. So in our calculator, 7 plus 11 plus 8 plus 18 plus 15 will give us 66 feet. Remember, feet plus feet plus feet plus feet, it's all just feet. We're not multiplying, so we don't have feet squared. Next example. Last one, actually. So one side of a square flower bed is 11 feet long. So if we have a square flower bed, we know all sides are 11 feet because it's square. So it says how many plants are needed if they are to be spaced 11 inches apart around the outside of the bed. So outside of the bed is telling me perimeter. So we know our perimeter is going to be 11 feet plus 11 feet plus 11 feet plus 11 feet, which will give us 44 feet. So we know that they're going to be spaced 11 inches apart. So I need to change that feet into inches. So we know 44 feet over 1. I want the word feet to cancel, so feet's going to be on the bottom. We know 1 foot is 12 inches, so that way our feet cancel out. Multiplying straight across, 44 times 12 should give us 528 inches over 1 times 1, which is 1. So 528 inches is our perimeter. So it's asking us how many plants are needed if they are to be spaced 11 inches apart. So we can take our 528 inches and we are grouping them together 11 inches apart, so divided by 11 inches. So 528 divided by 11 will give us 48. So 48 flower plants. So that's it for section 10.3.